Hello and welcome to Star Citizen. My name is Evenlease, and today on How To, we're going to be discussing the medical side of gameplay. Let's go ahead and get into it. Starting off, you do have medical clinics in any station, as well as your landing zones on your primary planets. Now, when you first get into the game, you can go ahead and do a number of things here, but basically this is where you'd go to heal any big injuries. You go ahead and go up to this console and check in. At this time, it's going to tell you which room to go to. Right now, it tells me to proceed to room 4. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and leave the console and head over to room 4. As you go to find your room, you can go ahead and look around, but you'll see that the rooms are numbered. So right here, this sign shows me this area is rooms 2 through 5. Some stations are much bigger, so you'll have to look around sometimes. That's room 3. I need room 4. Here it is. So I'm going to go ahead and head on in. I'll go ahead and hit the open button at this point and go ahead and go into the room. From here, you can look around, but again, the next step to heal yourself is to lay down in your bed. And let's take a look at what injuries you might have. The screen is going to go ahead and deploy, and from here, you have two options on screen, medical care and regeneration. Now, the regeneration is where you would go if you want to change your spawn point, which I'm going to go into a little bit further here in a moment. But from here, I'm going to go ahead and transfer my imprint, press continue. Now, anytime I die, I'm going to go ahead and spawn at this station here, which is above ArcCorp. Now, let's go to medical care, and you can see on screen if you have any style injuries. If there was any injuries, it'll tell you here and how bad they are. From there, you can go to the treatment screen, which I'm on now, and go ahead and choose what you want to heal, and then hit, confirm. And then you have medications as well. So if you want to dope yourself up with something, you can definitely do that, giving you some benefits along the way, which I'll explain when we get into the med pen portion of what med pens do. Now, that is the medical care and regeneration portion when you're laying in the med bed. So to get out of the med bed, you go ahead and press Y, or you just press any of the WASD keys, and it should lower the bed and allow you to exit, which I'm going to go ahead and do now. From here, if you had a friend in the room with you and they were laying in the bed, you could actually give them care instead of them having to go through all the screens. By going here, you can technically be like a doctor and choose what care the patient needs. And you can also, once again, pick your regeneration point. Once you've completed everything you need to do in this room, you are okay to go ahead and leave and move on. Once you leave the room, you'll have to get another one assigned if you do need it. Now, when I spoke about regeneration, you don't need to go to a medical room to do that. You can just walk by these computers and look to your left. Here you go. Now, in some stations, they are in different areas, but all you gotta do is press regeneration, look at where your current regeneration's at, and where you want to set it. Now, you could reset your location if you want to. Now, if you do that, you will be back at your home city if you were to die and you haven't set a new regeneration point. Continuing, there is a pharmacy here in most stations, if not all of them, and that's where you're going to get a lot of the tools to help you survive out there. So if you were to open one of the consoles, you can see all the medical devices that you can go ahead and buy and put into your inventory. Now, do know anything you buy will stay in the local inventory if that's where you had it sent. So the local inventory is always going to be the medical clinic. Even on a station, this is where it's going to spawn. So if you leave the medical area, this inventory is not the same as the station inventory. So make sure you grab what you need before you leave this area. Once you do, you're good to go. Head on out to your adventure. Starting off with the medical pens that you do have, this one is the one that you will spawn with. It is just your typical med pen that'll help heal you and bring your friends back to life. You can bring it out using the C key on your keyboard and then just pressing the mouse button to inject yourself. The next pen that you can find in any pharmacy is orange in color and is called the Cortico pen. Now, this medical pen relieves chest-based damage effects and muscle weakness. So it's always good to have this one, just as it's good to have any of the other ones at your disposal. This medical pen is green and it's called the Opio pen, which relieves limb-based damage effects. So if you get shot in the arm or the leg, any sort of limb damage, and this will help relieve the damage effects that is caused by that. The next pen we have is dark blue in color and is called the Oxy pen. It's pretty much what it is. It's just an oxygen pen, which is a disposable consumable manufactured by Cure Life. and it's a solution injected directly into the character's arm to help recharge the oxygen reserves of the suit that you're wearing. The detox pen, which is black in nature, is another disposable drug pen, which is manufactured by Cure Life, just like the rest of them, that doubles the decay rate of blood drug level in the individual that takes it. It can also revive a person who is overdosed. The Adrena pen, which is purple, it is one that you would inject to reduce concussion symptoms. It normalizes weapon handling and the movement speed, and it increases the blood drug level of the person that is receiving this drug. This is the Pyrorite multi-tool with the lifeguard attachment, which I'll also be displaying on its own here in just a second. Now, this tool is just basically a medical gun that you can use, but you cannot check the vitals or anything when it comes to what the injuries are with this tool. It's basically just a tool meant for healing yourself, healing the other party, and that is it. This right here is the Paramed medical device. Now, this is also manufactured by Cure Life, and this is going to be basically the med gun of med guns, for now at least. This is the one that mostly everybody uses out there to either heal yourself or to heal others, and is great at doing it. Right here is the attachment that you would use to refill the medical device, the medical device. Now, it looks really cool, has really good use to it, and it honestly replaces the need for having any of those medical pens back there, because you can get into a more advanced settings and administer a lot of these other things using this gun. So right here is your basic screen, which is basically what you want to be at if you're just trying to heal someone or heal yourself. Now, as you can see, there is an option to flip a switch on the top of the device. If I were to go to the top of the device and go ahead and hit that switch, it's going to bring me to the next screen, which is much more detailed, and it allows me to administer the drugs previously mentioned with the other med pens. And as you can see here, when you bring the gun out, you can go ahead and point it at a person or whatnot and see what what's going on with them. What's their vitals look like, what's any parts that are injured, anything like that. And scare the heck out of the NPCs, as they don't like it when you point anything that looks like a firearm at them. Now, you can also go ahead and press the B button, which would put it to your own arm to heal yourself. And at this point, you would just press the trigger button, which would be mouse button 1, to inject and heal yourself. Now, currently in Star Citizen, there are a few ships that do have medical beds and can heal your injuries, as well as some of them you being able to set your respawn point on. Now, these ships are the Pisces, the Cutlass Red, the Anvil Carrack, and the 890 Jump. Now, only a few of those you can respawn from. Now, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate what happens when, like a lot of us, we forget that moons you don't have the appropriate atmosphere to slow you down while you're going at them way too fast. This is a common occurrence, so if you're new, don't feel bad that you crashed your ship into a moon not knowing that you couldn't slow down that quick. And it's pretty simple. Once you set your spawn point and everything, and even if you didn't set it, you'll just be back at your home world. Let's just say you were going too fast and oh boy, we're about to crash. Now you've spawned back in a medical bed from your tragic accident back on that moon. We've all done it, don't feel bad. The screen in front of you is going to tell you all the information about what just happened. It's going to say you've been regenerated after the expiration of your last body, and now you're at a certain clinic or home planet, and this is where you're at. Now, it does tell you on screen that there is a flight suit with a helmet that is placed in the local storage of this room. So make sure you hit the WASD key. It'll lower the bed. You'll get out. Now, don't leave your room yet. Go ahead and hit I for inventory. Take your medical gown off. Leave it on the floor. Do whatever most people do. And equip your suit and your helmet. This is a free suit and helmet. Don't miss out on that, because from here you can just go run back out, grab another ship, and have a great time. Thank you guys for watching. This is the medical overview and how-to. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.